Hi again, Year 3. Hope you're all okay. This is your maths lesson, Week 3, Lesson 1. Before we start though, can I mention those times table rock stars that you should be playing? You've had all the information in your packs, so make sure you get started. It's really good fun. I love it. Now I'm filming this on Friday the 1st of May, and I can see that already James, Henry follow, Viren, Hamish and Jack L, Jack M, Tom, Pritesh, Rohan, Arjun, Luke, Hugo and Kenzo have had a go. So come on the rest of you, get signed up and get started, and keep going if you've already started. There are lots of different games to play and it really improves your speed. Ooh. Such fun. Now for a warm-up game. Top marks you need to put in your search. And you're going to have a go at place value basketball. So type that into the search and away you go. And you should be able to start with numbers to 99. If you're not comfortable with that, start lower. Up to you. Count how many you've got. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And click on the basketball to see if you score a point. Yay! How about that one? When you're happy with that, try numbers up to 999. We're going to be working some more on fractions today, and we're going to have pizza and cake to help us. Not real cake and pizza, I'm afraid, but never mind. Let's recap how we can show one or a whole as a fraction. Here you can see two halves, and it makes the whole cake. We write two halves like this, don't we? You've got your numerator and your denominator. They're the same, so it equals one whole. What's this cake been cut up into? 3 pieces. And 1, 2, 3 pieces are making the whole. 3/3 make a whole cake. Look, that's how we'd write 3/3, and the top number's the same as the bottom one, so it equals a whole. What's this cake been cut up into? That's right, quarters. And 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters makes a whole cake. This cake has been cut up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, so that's fifths. And 5/5 make the whole cake. This is how you'd write it. How about this cake? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So that's your denominator, the number at the bottom. And we're going to eat all of them. 6, 6 make a whole. There we go. Remember, it's the same for any fraction. If your top number and bottom number are the same, you've got a whole one, or 1. Doesn't matter what those numbers are. Look, we could have cut the cake up into hundreds, and that would be 100 hundredths for the whole cake. But I don't think you'd be very happy if you only got 1/100th of the cake. Remember, the higher this number at the bottom, the denominator, the smaller piece you're getting. Let's try adding some fractions now. So here we've got 4/5 and here we've got 1/5. Now don't panic, it's easy. Look, if you ate 4/5 from this cake and then 1/5 from that cake, you've eaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5. Look, all you've got to do is add the top 2 numbers of the fractions. 4 plus 1 gives you 5, but you keep the bottom number the same, the denominator. Let me show you with the shapes we used the other day. Here's your 4/5. Let's add the 5th. And you can see 4 and 1 makes a 5. You're still counting in fifths, so your denominator is the same. 5/5 is the whole, because the top number's the same as the bottom. So how would you tackle this one? Try and work it out. So you eat 1/5 of the cake here and 2/5 of the cake here. How much is that all together? 1, 2, 3/5. Easy, just add those top two numbers and keep your denominator the same. It works when you're taking away as well, or subtracting. Look, we've got 7/8, take away 2/8. Here's my 7/8. And if I take 2 away, you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8s. Again, we keep the denominator the same. We just look at the numerators. 7 take away 2 is 5. So although it seems a bit complicated because we're dealing with fractions, the only maths you're really having to do is work out this top line. And that's the sort of sum you were really doing in year 1 and year 2. Right boys, go to your pack and find this sheet and get adding those fractions. Have a try at this one next. It should be in your pack. And it's just going to check if you remembered all your fraction work from last week, comparing fractions, and how we can add fractions together. Good luck! Finally for today, there's some extension work in your pack if you fancy it. It's word problems involving fractions, and you might recognise some of the characters in the problems. Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.